Hey everyone, it's Rev Kimberly here, and I am just in the sanctuary. I had to come into church today, and here at the sanctuary. Yay for our church! Yay for empty churches! And there's the organ over there. I was gonna maybe try to practice the organ because it's been a long time, but I didn't. I instead came to the piano, which is of course my first language, and uh, and open up a hymnal. My favorite hymnal here is one of my favorite hymnals. You see it? Okay, it's probably backwards. Maybe it is. Is it backwards, you guys? I can't tell. It's the African American Heritage Hymnal. It's got the best mix of spirituals, gospel hymns, and I know the language is a bit, it's just like our other hymnals. They're all not language that I necessarily, not pronouns I use for God, but the hymns in here are really beautiful. And so I'm just sitting here and noticing that there is the flag in the church. So for my pastor friends, you know that we all go through this, like, how are we going to have a flag in the sanctuary or not? And it's not in the chancel, and there's this whole thing where we have to pick our battles, right? And so that is not a battle that get it, boom, that I really have wanted to choose. We have a World War II vet who's in our congregation, and sometimes it's just hard to make these. Hi everybody. Hi Clint and Judson and Kathy and Tori. I just don't want to have those. I'll wave if I can. I don't know if I got to wave to everybody. I don't know how this works. But I don't know how to. I don't really want to have that conversation right now. We're having conversations about so many things. Not only just regular churchy things and how we do church in this COVID time, but also on racism and the sin of racism. Hi Joe, hi Brian, and talking about white body supremacy, which we do. Oh, hey, hi from Fort Collins, Brian. Brian Henderson's church, y'all. I just want to tell you, was one of the churches I came to when I moved out here, and was going to make it my home church before I got a job on Sunday morning, so it's hard to get there. And oh yes, I'm going to talk about that too. Welcoming and affirming convo. Yes. So we're having conversations about racism, specifically white body supremacy, and the body and racism, and how as a white person I have a history of whiteness and whatever that means, and white colonialism and all of that. And so we're having conversations about that. We're starting another group specifically for people of color to work through the trauma of white body supremacy, and we have a group for people who are white. And so if you're interested in either of those groups, please let me know. But the other thing that we're doing is we are having conversations about becoming a welcoming and affirming church. It's no secret that ABC Fort Collins is outspoken about LGBTQAI issues. I hate the word issues, but we want to be a place that is safe and loving and caring to LGBTQAI people, and so we are we started to have a group, and then COVID happened, and we're finally going to start having more official conversations about it. And I am active. Usually I go to the Pride. I was kind of sad to make the decision not to go to our Pride March. We have our second Pride March in Fort Collins tomorrow. And I personally have a lot of anxiety around being around crowds of people at this time. But I'm trying to do something different tomorrow so that I will be available to my siblings in humanity, and be that hand of Jesus, right? Because that's what we talk about a lot in and thank you, Brian. It's what we talk about a lot in in Christianity, in my faith tradition. I know not all my friends are Christians out there, and first of all, there is nothing wrong with that, and it's a beautiful thing that people have this wonderful, diverse way of relating and figuring out to me, life and God and divinity and goodness and all of that. Hi, TJ, and it's like there's this beautiful spectrum of gender. There's a beautiful spectrum of sexual orientation, and there's this beautiful spectrum of belief. And so I wanted to get that out there. But but Pride, we're having our Pride March in Fort Collins tomorrow, and I'm deciding not to go, even though I was so excited to be there last year, and I want to see my friends and see people. But I'm also very much aware that I have elderly people in my congregation and people at risk, and I need to be able to be there for them and not have to, quarantine in case someone at the march had COVID. So, but what I do have here for you in this hymnal is a hymn that means a lot to me. It goes kind of deep in my heart, and it's called "I Must Tell Jesus," and the oh, hey Joe, thank you. I love these guys. I love you all. I must tell Jesus all of my trials. I cannot bear these burdens alone. In my distress, he kindly will help me. He ever loves me and cares for his own. I must tell Jesus. I must tell Jesus. I cannot bear my burdens alone. I must tell Jesus. I must tell Jesus. Jesus can help me. Jesus alone. And, I'm very much aware that for some people, this song has been used so that you can cut off conversation. Now, you guys know that I'm a chaplain. Oh boy, I'm going to start getting excited here. I'm really not going to preach, but I'm a chaplain. And so I've heard countless times people say, well, if only I had enough faith, if only I gave my burdens to Jesus, I'd feel better, blah, 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 blah. And people in the LGBTQ QAI community have been told that many times, right? And I mean, we've been told all kinds of stuff. And you got to trust in Jesus, and Jesus will make you straight or make you cisgender or whatever, even though they don't know the word. They don't know that word cisgender, you guys. they don't. They really, I'm working on making sure that people in the world know the word cisgender, but in the something, give it to Jesus, and they have to talk to you about it. I just lost you guys for a second. They don't have to listen to what's going on with you. And but this, to me, this reminds me of the one safe place that I had as a kid. And that was not God, because God was scary and going to send me to hell because I was a terrible person. I was a 5-year-old and child. I was a terrible person. So that kind of, I know a lot of us got that religion shoved down our throats. But this idea that Jesus was someone who would loved me very much and wanted to be with me and loved me as I was. And so I don't know if my internet's going to hold out, you guys, but I'm just going to play a little bit here, and then maybe this will speak to you. Okay, let's see if I can play it. You got it? Yay, there's a piano. That's my favorite thing to see are piano keys. So this will just be a little like improvisation thing on this hymn. You will work for a day when you do not have to